Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of the Jetstream podcast. I'm your host, Anton Kreening, and joined as always by my good friend and co-host, Graham Shingleton. Graham, how you doing, man?
Good. Do I have something on my forehead? Oh, no, it's on my screen. I'm all good. I am great. I am excited. Jets hockey is back. I get to follow the best team in the NHL, the best general manager in the NHL, the best coach in the NHL, the best stick, puck, shoot, skate team. It's the miracle. We're the miracle. And by that, I mean, it is a miracle that we are not selling the team. I'm joking. I love the team. I love the Jets. I'm good. I'm great. Braco, how are you?
Could be better, could be worse.
Alrighty, tough start.
I was selling the team after our San Jose loss, but this Connor Murphy trade kind of got me hyped up again. So,
hey, we're right there with you, pal. Right there with you. San Jose is a wagon again.
San Jose is a wagon, man. They beat you in OT as well?
no, 5-4 in regulation.
Oof, tough. Okay. So I was going to say that they're a good overtime team, maybe. Maybe that's why, but guess not. I don't know if we want to start with the Jets, but I know who's not a good overtime team, and it is us. Tough week for your Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, let's just get right into it. But we'll start with our... Wait, no, we did have an overtime win at the start of the week against the Vancouver Canucks. Just barely squeaked that one out against the dead last team in the league, Vancouver Canucks. Graham, what were your thoughts on that?
Surprising. And I say that in the sense that I was honestly quite surprised that we didn't lose. That was like the biggest trap game I've ever seen in my entire life. Coming off of a 2.5 week break, like Braco likes to put it, our entire team, except for Connor Hellebuyck, was well rested, even though Kyle Connor was an Olympian and is a gold medalist. Hellebuyck did not play in that game as he, I'm sorry, 3-time Vezina, 1-time gold winner, a gold medal winner, 1-time MVP, best goalie ever, best player in the league, Connor Hellebuyck, was not in attendance as he was receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom, as well as the greatest possible nickname in NHL history, the Secretary of Defense. My guy, not yours, Breaks. He was not in attendance. I thought Eric Comrie actually played pretty well.
Yeah.
And Kyle Connor was playing, Mark Scheifele playing, Velarde playing, top line back, doing the things that they do, even though I am closely monitoring a situation in which we're one of the worst teams in the league, and yet we're still not splitting up that top line. And I don't know why, because maybe that's in hopes of still making a playoff push, which God help us. But it is fun to watch. So I like them. I thought Comrie played pretty well. Although, again, like you mentioned, a pretty big trap game. Good for us to win one overtime game. That puts us at 1 for 11 in our last overtime, extra time shootout games. So that's been a horrific part. Yeah, sorry. Very long analysis, but I had a lot to say to that. So take it away, Anton.
I mean, it was good to see Kyle Connor score I believe it was the first goal of the game against Vancouver after obviously getting benched in the Olympics off of a great feed from Mark Scheifele. I thought they both played a great game. Seems like they had a lot of urgency and really wanted to prove that they are two of the best players in the league. And I think they proved that. But I think our best player on the team as of late has been Cole Perfetti.
I thought you were going Logan Stanley.
Thank God he's now on PP1. That took way too long to get him. Dude, you know this season is an absolute joke and a complete write-off when we've got Logan Stanley PP1 and he looks fucking good out there.
You know what's the craziest part about that too is that you do that before you trade a guy to showcase his ability. And from all of the talk that I hear, we are planning on extending him.
Is that true? I thought there was a rumor he was going to Edmonton, maybe him or Luke Shen.
I think Braco just made that up, probably as rage bait. But I heard that, and keeping on the topic of Cole Perfetti, that he is now our number one draft bait, which he was kind of at the start of the season, or I guess like when we really got into a slump. Obviously had or like our biggest trade piece or whatever it is. Okay. Obviously had a horrifying start to the season, but I do agree with you. He has been very good since, it's a 3-game slate, small sample size, but he's been very good. Very, very
Well,
good.
even though he was playing pretty good hockey, I think ever since Christmas, he was kind of starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought Kevin mentioned something interesting on the broadcast, and I mean, I guess this was just sort of his theory that maybe Cole Perfetti was playing hurt throughout the season, and
Could have been.
that's why he wasn't looking that great to start the season. And I think it makes sense because even there was a couple of times in that Vancouver game in particular where like he had a step and a burst of speed that I don't think he really had to start the year. And so I don't know, maybe who knows, like you see it so often in the league where guys are dealing with stuff that they don't talk about, and maybe that Olympic break was exactly just what he needed. But I think he's just looked unbelievable in these past few games and after Christmas. But yeah, you really think he will get traded?
I don't know if he will, but from what I've heard, or I guess seen, not that I've got sources, I wish I did, supposedly, like, and I mean, there was the whole talk of Luke Shen upset with his minutes and, like, wanting a change of scenery. Obviously, Logan Stanley's emergence and what we can get for him. But from a tweet I saw, whether or not it was true, it was that both of those guys are still trade pieces, but they've kind of fallen down. And like Perfetti's kind of the, like, if we want a return for something, like he's kind of the piece to move. And like, what do we bring back for him? I don't know. Is it a different prospect? Do we take on another 35-year-old centerman? Probably. But yeah, I don't know. From what I saw on Twitter from a couple reports, he's kind of the big guy. But I mean, we could have a laundry list of guys to waive, trade, move. I mean,
Yeah.
I like you're not completely writing everything off and going full rebuild, because I mean you've got whatever it is, 6 more years of Scheifele and Hellebuck locked in, plus Kyle Connor now locked in. You're not going full rebuild, you're going retool. But yeah, I don't know where you start, what you want to trade for. Like probably a bona fide second line center if you can do Perfetti plus. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sort of why I thought like he's obviously our biggest trade asset, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, one guy that we'd certainly want to keep just because he's young and a young, skilled player, as opposed to, like you just said, like compared to Luke Shen or Nyquist or Tanner Pearson, like those would be the guys who I would think would be the first to get traded.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a question of who's gonna want those players. But my question for you is, like, we've been missing a second line center for a long time now. If the Jets make a move somehow to say trading Perfetti and Shen and whoever for, say, Vincent Trocheck, would you be happy about that?
Not for him. I mean, he's a good player. Like, I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. It really depends on which way the organization wants to go, and I'm sure that they're 100% full board. They want to go for the playoffs again next year. But, I mean, Trocheck, I mean, I think ideally on a cup team, he's a third-line center. But, like, I mean, he's old, too. Like, and I don't know if it's Scheifele, Connor, maybe Braco's got an opinion on this. I don't know if it's those two guys kind of, I've got a lot of thoughts on kind of what it could be, but like, I don't know if you want to put someone up that matches with their timeline, like a solidified NHL player, or if they're willing to play with younger guys and you just draft, develop like we've been trying to. Like, I don't know. I think if you are going to move Perfetti, it's going to be for someone of similar age. It's not going to be for an old guy. That's what I think, but who knows?
I 100% agree. I just have a weird feeling, man, that we're gonna trade for like a Vincent Trocheck or like a Nazem. Well, okay, we're not getting Kadri, but like an older guy who we think could like help us in a cup run next year.
Kevin
But Briggs-
Hayes, Paul
Yeah,
Stastny.
exactly,
something
like
like
Brock
that.
Nelson or whatever. Yeah, exactly. But Breaks, what do you think?
Well, Vincent Trocheck would be the second best forward on the Jets if he got traded there. So I'd say do it, but it doesn't fit timeline. I would say
Who
go
would be
younger.
first?
Scheif.
Who's our best player? Scheif?
Scheif.
Okay, well, that's nice. Including Hellebuck?
I'm talking forwards.
Gabe Velarde
okay.
wouldn't be better.
No. I would say the Jets have to go after young. They can't go old. Like they've tried and tried
agree.
and tried with old. They gotta somehow retool and just try and sign free agents and trade for guys with term, and they have to go young. Like, not saying super young, but they got to go younger because the old washed up players is not working.
Clearly.
Running it back like 5 minutes here. Your Secretary of Defense, Connor Hellebuyck. What's his record this week?
Hold on. We're talking about the Vancouver game right now.
I want to know
No, I'm just
your
kidding.
Secretary of Defense's record this week.
I will
He was not defending shit this week.
I will admit
can
he
agree with
was
that.
quite pedestrian. However, he did get 2 points.
That is true. I mean, and to be fair, I mean, he does not have a shred of a decor in front of him either. I mean, that being said, those 2 goals were
Neither
like
did Dominic Hasek.
paling. Fair.
Wrap it up.
I'm just
Wrap it up.
I'm just boiling Graham's blood right now. I love
Wrap it up,
I
man.
love it.
Wrap it up.
I'll
Okay,
say
that's it,
this,
that's
man.
it.
The amount of comments we had on Facebook with like, these guys are fucking idiots. The guy who's talking up Hasek is 100% right on this. And it's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. We know Breaks is right with this. It's just we don't know that game. We're 0-1 born. We don't fucking know the 1998 game, but somehow Breaks does. Anyways, those 2 goals were like Paling walked in and then the overtime winner where Misa walked in. Those 2, like, 1, we cannot let those guys just walk in like that. But 2, those are 100% on Hellebuyck. Counter?
Paling was not. Dylan Sandberg also had a very rough week.
Yeah.
Very rough week. And he's been like as reliable as you can be. Like for whatever we ask him, he had a very tough week. That Paling goal was, I mean, on him. Like, no, I mean, unless you're Connor McDavid, unless you're apparently Vincent Trocheck, like the chances of someone beating a defenseman one-on-one in this league nowadays is so few and far between. Like,
right.
Like that Paling goal, it just never should have gotten through. It was just it was a mistake by Sandberg. And I mean, like that whole scenario is kind of weird too. He's like falling away, doesn't get much wood on the shot. It goes like it's kind of a weird play. Should he have had it? Yes, but I wouldn't say all on him.
Yeah. I okay, fine. Definitely not all on him. Like I said, like you can't let a guy just like walk through like that and get a shot off, but also like both of those should have been a save. And if those goals just don't sum up the season perfectly,
I know.
I'll say this, I think we've actually played decent hockey the past few games. I think like we're just kind of we're playing hard, but we're also not playing, I guess, urgent. Like I think we know that the season's kind of done and we're playing casual. And with less pressure. And so I think that's also sort of how those goals happen, is that we're not really dialed in.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think that I think the belief, and it would never come out, obviously, if it wasn't. But I think the belief in that room until probably like mid-March hits is like, we still want to try to push for the playoffs. Like, I'm sure that they still want it. But like, I mean, for one, the injury bug has hit us really hard on D. Case in point, Logan Stanley is now getting first-line minutes, first-line power play, and overtime.
He is the GOAT, though.
Greatest news of this season, for sure.
I mean, as well as we made a case for the entire season, like our signings haven't worked out. Our Neil's thrown lines in the blender about 59% of every single game we've played in. Like, I think a lot of it is probably some confusion, some frustration. Like, I think the effort and the want is still there. It's just like every single possible thing, that could go wrong this season has.
Yeah. No, and of course, like even if it's game 80, like they're still competitors. They're still gonna play hard. Like they're not tanking, you know? You hear people say like, oh, like this team's intentionally tanking for Bedard, and like the players don't do that. The GMs and the coach, not the coaches, but the GMs do that for you. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. That was tough couple goals to watch.
I mean, that Anaheim game too, like to quickly touch on it, like case in point, the Jets season, we had, I think, a 2-0 and a 3-1 lead, gave that up as we always do. And then that Sharks game, like, I don't know if you saw that Will Smith goal, but like the defensive
High stick.
breakdown was just laughable. Laughable. Like Celebrini basically muffined it up the boards from the ringette line. It went by 3 guys and they had like a 3-on-1 on like a 5-on-5. Like it's just everything's discombobulated. I think, I don't know when the last time 3 straight Jets games went into overtime in 1 week. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like I mentioned, losing 10 of your last 11 games in extra time, if 3 straight games go to overtime in a week, chances are you're not going to have much success. So there's that. And then, yeah, I mean, that Sharks game for me was kind of meh. I mean, I don't think San Jose played unbelievable. I don't think we played terrible, but I don't think we played good enough to win. And yeah, I mean, putting up 1 goal a game is not going to cut it. And I've got a perfect transition, unless you want to touch on it, Anton.
Because 5 goals a game isn't?
5 goals a game seemingly is now not enough for your Edmonton Oilers.
You heard it here. You heard it from Leon Draisaitl first. They're scoring 5 goals a game and they're not winning games. There's a problem with that. So, you want to keep going on the Jets or you want to transfer over to the Oilers?
I'll just say quickly, like, just to reiterate what you said, Graham, in that, like, especially in both games in San Jose and Anaheim, but especially in that Anaheim game, I said it on my reaction clips. It's like either Anaheim is playing awful or we're playing really well or both. And I think then in that third period, it looked like Anaheim just started trying again and and actually wanting to win, and then they won. And it was sort of just the same thing in the Sharks game. Like, I think we were playing well enough, but I also think those 2 teams did not play that well until the third period, and then they just decided to turn on the Jets and beat us. But yeah, at least we don't have anyone calling out our players in the locker room like Leon Draisaitl.
Over to you, Mr. Oilers correspondent. Take it away.
So 5
other than
goals a
Arneal,
game
I
is
guess
not,
he is, but
5 goals a game scoring is not enough. So the Oilers bring in defenseman Connor Murphy from the Blackhawks, Stan Bowman with this unbelievable trade, I think. Second round pick in 2028 for Connor Murphy. Last year of his contract, 50% retained. Okay. I'm just going to read some tweets I saw about Connor Murphy today. When I was trying to make an in-zone defense model about 3 years back, one player that constantly ranked near the top no matter what methodology I used was Murphy. Not unreal at defending entries, but you're not going to find many defensemen better in his own end. Okay?
This sounds like a Jay Fresh or Patrick Bacon tweet.
Don't know if he's a fit with Nurse because his puck moving abilities are not spectacular. But on paper, he could fit extremely well with Wallman on a second pair. Connor Murphy deserves all the flowers. He hasn't sniffed the playoffs in his NHL career outside the bubble, but never complained once about a situation in Chicago. Total pro on and off the ice. Plays the right way, defends hard, stands up for teammates, beloved in the room. Happy for him as he gets a chance to play meaningful hockey in Edmonton with Stanley Cup aspirations. I read those 3 tweets and I was fired up. So I'm looking for him to play. Well, they were talking about him playing on a pairing with Ekholm and just doing a full-on shutdown pair. And then Wallman with Bouchard, which is scary as fuck. Because we are gonna get so many goals scored against us, but we'll score so many goals with that pairing. And then Emberson, Nurse, or Nurse Stastny is the third pairing. But I think Ekholm, Bouchard, Wallman, Murphy, Stastny, Emberson. Stastny, Emberson. Get the fuck out of here, Nurse. I fucking hate that guy.
You're gonna healthy $9.5 million?
I don't know what you have to do, but like he's just been so bad. I don't know. Murphy needs to play on the second pair with Wallman, and Nurse can play on the third pair, I guess. But I love Stastny's game, and I like Emberson's game, so I don't know who they would play, but it sounds like Emberson will play over Stastny, but I don't really agree with it. What are your guys' thoughts on the trade?
Go ahead, Banderas.
I am a big believer in terms of trades to Edmonton and Toronto that I've just seen it time and time again where Edmonton fans are so excited about a guy coming over in a trade and are over the moon about it, and then he gets there and it's dog shit.
Yep.
Tristan Jarry being one of them. I'm just a big believer that like I'm happy you're excited and stuff, but we're going to have to wait and see until these next few games when Connor Murphy actually suits up in an Oilers jersey. Would you
But
agree
that's the
with
thing.
that?
It's a 2028 second round pick. If it doesn't hit, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we went and gave our first round pick for OEL or Rasmus Ristolainen, who are fucking could be shitters. But like we gave its 2020 second round pick. We still have our first. And so I think it was a smart, safe move. But I think he'll be good.
Okay.
Let's hear your thoughts, Graham.
I don't disagree. I don't think he's an incredible needle mover. I mean, I hadn't heard his name at all. I know his metrics are actually quite good. Like, he's not going to produce a whole bunch for you, but he's pretty sound defensively. So I think that that is an awesome pickup.
I agree.
And I honestly would say the best option that they probably have is to put him with Wallman. I think that that would be a really good combo. However, I don't know if it directly correlates, but I feel like the Oilers have, or maybe had, one move at the deadline, and it was either defenseman or goalie.
They said they're
I
making
don't
two.
I know what they can get. I don't know what they'd have to throw, because I know you have, and I'm sure that there's been a bunch of Binnington names thrown around, as well as, actually, I saw a really funny tweet the other day, which I'll tell you after. But yeah, my thoughts is that they were either going to go after defenseman or goalie, so I feel like that move means they're going to roll with Jari, or bring up Pickard like you mentioned, or hope to God Connor Ingram comes into form. However, the tweet that I saw, which was hilarious, is that I can't remember it word for word, but it went something like, by the gods, please, dear God, let the Edmonton Oilers trade for Sergei Bobrovsky and the Florida Panthers trade for Stuart Skinner, and they meet in the Cup Finals, and Stuart Skinner wins Conn Smythe and a Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers. That would be the greatest event in human history for me. And would that ever happen? Probably not, because Stewie is going to win a Vezina and an MVP in Pittsburgh next year. But from what you've said and from what I heard, I know Bobrovsky's in the last year of his contract. I don't know how, when, if, who, what, where, when, why you could make his salary work on the Oilers. But I mean, big time guy, him and Binnington, if you could, that would be great. But I just don't know if you can make a move for a guy at the deadline. And I think that if you do, like, what the hell was the point of sending out Stewie Skin for Jari? Like, why make that move so early?
Jari's numbers were just so much better. But I mean, he's been Swiss cheese ever since getting to Edmonton. So maybe it's just Edmonton. I don't know. But
What if
yeah,
Connor
I don't
McDavid
think
just played both goalie and forward?
he might be able to. That guy is really odd. No, there's been really no talks about them trading for goalie. Like I've always heard in the last month that it's going to be a forward and a defenseman. A lot of teams thought we were going to do Bobby McMahon and OEL from Toronto, but that won't happen now with Connor Murphy. Maybe it's still a Bobby McMahon trade, but so
What do
where
they
are the
need a
Oilers sit right
forward
now?
for?
Just depth.
Mangiapane is on waivers now, right? Didn't
Yeah,
that
but-
just come out today?
So
But he was
how
like
the-
health eater fourth line.
Yeah, so how the trade worked is they sent, like, they couldn't complete the trade till PM today because it starts the new day for the NHL, right? So they sent, or they put Regula and Mangiapane on waivers. So they saved like 1.1 mil with Mangiapane going down. And they saved something for Regula. I can't remember the number. But they brought up Ike Howard and Josh Szymanski to have the like minimum amount of players on the team.
Did they put Janmark on LTIR too?
So they put Janmark on LTIR. So they sent Ike Howard down when they got Connor Murphy. So Ike Howard actually never came up. He's just like transactionally, he came up and then went back down. Mansky is staying with the team because he's fits a better role for the fourth line. And he's a centerman. How it worked is now they're like $195,000 under the cap right now. So they're like right there. So any trade that would be done would have to be 50% retained, and Szymanski would have to go down because he's at 925. So if Bobby McMahon came over at 1.8 or 1.9 he's making, if they retain him at 50%, then it would work that Szymanski goes down and McMahon comes over. Or like, who were they talking about on Oilers Nation? A couple like fourth liners they were talking about bringing over, but they're just like they're $1 million players, so super
Yeah.
cheap, just depth.
Wouldn't it be nice
Defensive
to have
forwards.
$9.5 million in cap room right now?
Yeah, it would be, but we have Darnell Nurse.
Who you want healthy?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really, truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that, like, for the whole Stuart Skinner situation, so shit. Like, I still think that it's crazy that you sent, well, the team traded him away after going to back-to-back Stanley Cups. Mind you, he had Pickard. But, yeah, like, I know, like, it's so hard to play in the hometown and all the scrutiny. Like, the one thing that was always so weird to me is, like, sure, the guy's crap in regular season, but he's gotten you to a game 6 and 7 Stanley Cup final. Like, why are you shitting on the guy? And if and or when you needed to make that move, why would you not wait until you have, like, with all due respect, like a way more bona fide, solidified starter than Tristan Jarry? Like that whole move just didn't make any sense to me. I get the numbers were good. Maybe he was the best guy available at the time, but like, why not hold on to him until the deadline? And then when names really start popping up, depending on which teams are in what position,
Like
why not
Jesper
make that move
Wallstedt?
then? Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that whole thing just kind of made no sense to me. I understand it was probably a lot of optics, and I mean, I can't imagine what Skinner was going through, but yeah, it just doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. Now you're stuck in the exact same position you were. So I don't know. I mean, I guess on the bright side, sorry, my last point here before I talk everybody's heads off is, like, for as shitty as it is, losing whatever it is, what have you lost 2 this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would take scoring 5 goals a game and losing over scoring 1 goal a game and losing. So at least you get to watch some good offense for the time being until McDavid starts scoring 8 a game and you guys win. So there's that.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I sort of agree with you, and I was saying that too back when they made that trade. Like, why not wait until you get a bona fide goalie, and then you have this guy already who's like taking you to 2 Stanley Cup finals already. But it's also easy to look at that now with how bad the trade's been and stuff. Whereas, like,
That's true.
at the time, like Breakel was saying, you know, like it should have been a win. Like
Yeah.
it should have worked out. Jari had way better stats than Stuart Skinner and was a better bona fide goalie, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Just to defend breaks in Edmonton a little bit. Like, it's easy to look at it now. It's the same with like us looking at the Team Canada roster and saying like, oh, we would have liked to have Bedard and Scheifele and more scoring and stuff like that. And man, we face some heat for that on TikTok this week. But like, we were also just talking, and it's super easy to look at. Yeah, exactly. Whereas like at the time, like I had Tom Wilson on my projected lineups for Team Canada and stuff, and like a lot of people think that he was still good on the team. And again, we weren't talking about that in the sense that like it would have made any difference to the game, I guess, or whatever. Well, I guess we sort of were, but yeah, I don't know. It's easy to look at it after the fact, I guess is what I'm just trying to say. So,
yeah. Breaks, did you kind of have anything else? I guess he's just gone. Well, I mean, I'm sure Breakel said he was chocked full of stats, so I'll give you a stat. Connor McDavid has 9 100-point seasons in his 10 career seasons. The only season in which he did not have 100 points was his rookie year, where he had like 48 and 41 and then broke his collarbone. He joins like Gretzky, Messier, I think. Lemieux is like the only players to ever do that. He now has, I think, to this day, 103 in 62, which is not even his fastest ever, which is absolutely ridiculous. He came back from the All-Star break, and I think he went 2-1-3 for points. So 6 in 3 games, following up his 14 in 6 at the Olympics. So he continues to be the greatest player on earth by a long shot. Draisaitl is playing very, very well. Not like prime playoff Draisaitl, but I mean, amidst all the Oilers are still there. They're second, maybe third now in the Pacific, I think, behind
They're
Anaheim.
third. Yeah, they're third.
But I mean, that whole division is so weird. And I saw a stat today too. I don't know if this is the entire year or if it's the last like 20, 30 games. The Vegas Golden Knights are first in the Pacific, and they have, I'm pretty sure, still less regulation wins than the Calgary Flames, and have only beat, I'm pretty sure, 6 playoff teams the entire year. They've only won 6 games, I think, against playoff teams, and yet they're first in the Pacific. And they have like 16 extra time losses.
Run it back. I just had people talking to me. What are you talking about? Vegas' stat with the wins?
Well, yes, but I was also talking about McDavid's 103 points.
So Vegas hasn't beat a team currently in a playoff spot since November, like middle of November. I can't remember the exact date.
That's what it was.
They haven't beat a playoff team since the middle of November, and they have, guess how many regulation wins against, or just wins in general, against playoff teams this year?
I'm pretty sure it's 6, isn't it?
4. Twice against Carolina, and then there's 2 other teams that they beat. But they have 4 wins against playoff teams, and they haven't had a win since November against a playoff team. And they're sitting first in the fucking Pacific.
I think a lot of it for them is goaltending. They have 14 OT
losses. They have 14 OT losses.
I think a lot of it is goaltending for them. Like, they've been running that... Was he playing for Latvia or something? Or it was that Schmid?
Schmid? Yeah.
Schmid. They ran Aiden Hill. Who else? There's a third goalie in there they were running for a while, too. I can't remember. But yeah, like, I mean, they don't really have a bona fide starter either, but they're so deep.
Oh, Carter Hart.
Isn't it Carter Hart?
Right, Carter Hart. Yeah, but he's injured, I think, right now, which is why he isn't playing. And speaking of injuries... My Lord, true savior, third best forward on Team Canada, Mark Stone. Fucking guy just can't stay healthy.
Right onto you.
Just can't stay healthy. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is the last year that you can LTIR into playoffs.
No, you can't.
You can't this year?
No.
I thought it was coming with the new CBA in 2026.
No, so like with Barkov's injury, they can't use his cap unless they rule him out for playoffs. And like same with Sagan. Sagan got ruled out for playoffs, so now Dallas is.
No, he's ruled out for the entire year though.
Entire year and playoffs.
Is so Barkov too?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
So Dallas can use that like whatever $8 million that Sagan makes, and that cap. They have that cap money to use. Schmid's played 30 games. Hill's played 14. Carter Hart's played 12. And Carl Lindblom has played 8 for, I guess that's their Vegas goaltending.
Yeah, 14 overtime losses is crazy.
Yeah.
Even if they win
7,
even
Hill
if they win
4.
even if they win half of those, they're like running away with the Pacific. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Do you have anything else kind of to touch on Oilers-wise? I was just talking McDavid stats and going off how they're scoring a bunch of goals in the game, but...
run it back to Connor Murphy when I said I was going to dive into Graham's stats here. With advanced stats metrics, Connor Murphy is the 3rd best defensive defenseman in the NHL. Advanced stats, I don't follow them. I don't really believe in them.
In what context? Is that like denying zone entries? Is that puck battle wins?
Defensive war. Apparently, he is the 3rd best defensive defenseman in the league. Don't follow advanced stats. Don't believe in them.
I think DeMello's still 2, if I'm not mistaken.
DeMello's shit. But yeah. So going off Graham's advanced stats, we are getting a shutdown D. So that's my last point.
I mean, I hope that he's good for you guys, man. I never thought I'd be at this point, but knowing where the Jets are going to go this year, man, you know who needs a win? Connor McDavid needs a fucking win, man.
Can we talk about Mark Spector?
That's what I was going to get into. And then that Sharks reporter to Celebrini.
Yes, okay. Mark Spector.
Smokes.
Going up to Connor McDavid, first interview back from losing a gold medal, goes, hey, Gretzky and Lemieux and those guys, Cups just found them and gold medals too. Why can't they find you? What is he supposed to say to that?
It's a real nice thing to say. Thanks,
I
Walter.
know.
Whatever
Yeah,
you say.
I know.
What is he supposed to say? I'm a fucking loser, but I'm the best player to ever play the game. Like,
And then hot week
Mark
for
Spector.
media. Hot week for media. Sharks reporter asked Celebrini, so in 4 years, do you think you'll go back? Like back to the Olympics? Yeah, I think I will.
And then
Oh my god,
Toronto
man. He
media,
must have
Toronto media to cap off the week. The
Matthews.
Yeah, the Leafs lose whatever 4-1, 4-2 to the Lightning. And the headline of the Toronto Sun the next morning is Matthews prioritizes partying and going to see the president over making the playoffs. It's like he missed one game and you lost to the best team in the league. Like, fuck off,
No, that's
Toronto
valid
Sun.
though. That's valid though.
Dude,
Like,
you just
fuck Matthews.
can't
Get back
catch
to
a
work.
break. You can't
Get back
catch
to
a
work,
break.
Matthews.
And the funny
No
thing
wonder
is,
Canadian markets are so
Gensel missed
hard,
all that
man.
shit, and he had literally, like, the goalie was on the bench, empty net, and he fucking whiffs on it and hits the post. And then Toronto goes down and scores. I was like, that's just horrible. But yeah. Media is a joke in the NHL, and we need to change it. So,
other than Dan Robertson from the Winnipeg Jets, because he
goat.
interviewed Macklin Celebrini after the game, and it was one of the most respectful and best post-game interviews I've ever seen. Maybe I'll pull it up, try and find it.
I'm typically
kind of been
hard
going
on
viral.
Dan. I don't think that, like, I mean, I like Bayak a lot more than him. Like, he's been good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that interview was like class, like pure class. It was unbelievable.
The interviews I really love
media
to watch
that we just talked about.
I really love to watch the Sportsnet after hours. Like,
is that like
interviews?
Dukakis?
No, it's Scott Oak, and who does he do it with? They're like
tweets
30
out
minutes
all the time.
Yeah, like they have it set up like before the game.
Yeah.
It's like Zeev Williams. Like they have it all like set. Like
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's kind of cool too. He tweets out and he's like, "Hey, if any of you guys have good questions you'd like me to ask in this segment, let me know and I'll choose some." Which is kind of
like
cool.
I know I watched the Adam Lowry one after one of the Jets games, and like they broke it down like with his dad coaching and like his like journey up to the NHL and like they're just really like in depth, like great interviews. So like I really like. You got to give some props to Scott Oak.
Good guy. Are you gonna bring up that interview?
Do you want me to? Did you guys see it?
I didn't see it, no.
But if you want to bring it up.
I haven't seen it.
I'll play it. What the hell? Dude, like, what a fucking interview. Honestly,
pure
it's
class.
like nothing special, but starts it off with just a crisp "how are you?" and then talking about the pressure and respect and all that. Like, class. I'm just so proud to be a Winnipegger, man. That's fucking fantastic. You know?
Class.
Question for you guys.
Exactly.
5 years ago, would you be able to do an interview like that? Macklin Celebrini is 5 years younger than us.
I can't even do this podcast. Dude, I can't even do this podcast.
Buddy,
I think I could do an interview like that.
Buddy, I would be dialed in with those.
I've seen your speeches before coaching hockey games. You are not
those are class. Those are pure class. Those are cinema. Those are actually.
Horrible. But that is just honestly, so crazy how like mature and like respectful he is. Like
on the ball too. Like
18 years old. Like
And honestly, like it wasn't really cookie cutter answers either. Like, I mean, they weren't totally in depth, but like on the ball to like not come up with that, but like just have that flow right away. Like, especially the question about like what was it like to be around the guys and like how was that feeling? And he was like, oh, well, like obviously on the ice is great, but off the ice they're just such great people. They want to get better and like so much respect for everyone around them. Like that, what an unbelievable answer.
Yeah. If you guys were in the NHL, do you think you would be as big of a personality as Seth Jarvis?
Yes.
Anyways.
My interview with Biz on TNT would go viral. Viral is what it would. One thing I wanted to get into coming up to deadline, kind of like around the league and also for the Jets especially. I don't know if it was Rabchuk or Muratatesh or whoever it was, but they tweeted out something today too. And I mean, probably like everybody's thinking it, but I think the tweet was like some of the lines of, for like the longest tenured GM in the league, this is a career defining week. Like essentially what Chevy does this week basically is our franchise direction for the next 5 years. If he's a buyer, I think that we're doomed. If he's a seller / retooler, I think that there's a good chance of us pulling out of it. But I think that it starts with gonads, for lack of a better term. I think there has to be players waived. There has to be players traded. And if you can't do any of that, we're in tough for the next while. Like, I know now Nino's injured. I think today they said Arneal wasn't ruling it out that he's done for the season, but I think it's pretty serious. Stakov is injured from, I think, the Anaheim game. But, and I mean, you hate to beat a dead horse, but I mean, worse at game, hasn't been in all of them, but on the season, 61, 62 of the Gustav Nyquist experiment. He's got
Yeah.
0 goals, 9 assists. He's getting paid 3.25. We've got Nemestikov with 4, maybe 6 goals in his 50-plus games. We've got Nino for as much and as awesome of a Jet as he's been. 1,000 games celebrated this year. He's having an off year. He's old. We've got Luke Shen to deal with. We've got Stanley to deal with. It is a huge moment for the future come this week. And I'm nervous, but very excited to see what Chevy does. And I hope it's something big.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I really agree with that. I just think the only thing that we really need to do is just, like you said, waive the players and get the bad players out, and then hopefully we can get a few good players in and get some prospects and some picks and stuff. I don't know if it's that big of a deal that it per se needs to happen this week. I don't know if that's maybe a hot take, but like,
well, it's deadline.
I mean,
that's why.
Right. Yeah. But like, who's to say that we don't just finish the year out and then waive those guys in the summer and stuff too? Like, I mean, I don't know. Would you really hate it that much if we tried to get like a piece like that would maybe win us a cup next year? Like, obviously we're not going to make a push this year, but like, say if we did get Vincent Trocheck on the second line, would you really, really hate that?
He's still got like 4 years of his deal.
Like,
Yeah.
sir, I guess like I'm trying to say like in the magnitude of, like, I think it's a pivotal moment, because if we are buyers, then like that means that there's still belief in Arneal, there's still belief in the core, there's still belief in like the system of this team, which if you have that belief, then like things like that follow. Like this whole recipe of old experienced guys is not working. If you are going to keep pushing, as a franchise, you can't employ, again, as shitty as it sounds, Gustav Nyquist for 50+ games if you want to be a playoff contender. And the fact that decision hasn't been made on these guys that aren't performing, like, we're kind of in the abyss right now. And so at the deadline, like, if we keep those guys, sure, if we waive them in the off season, we've now wasted like a year of, you want to call it Hellebuck prime, Connor prime, Scheifele prime, and without, I'm sure exit interviews happen, but without a clear direction of the team, it's like, okay, well, now like these guys, it goes both ways, but like, for example, Nyquist stays on the team. He isn't waived the entire year. We go out, we sign a free agent next year that's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go get $3 million in Winnipeg. They're not going to embarrass me. They're not going to waive me. And then it's a repeating cycle. Or that big dog at the deadline, typically it's a guy that wants to go win a cup. So it's like, I don't think that Vincent Trocheck would ever come here, let alone would we trade for him. But to use him as an example, it's like, I don't think that we're going to get that piece, because obviously we're not a contender right now. But if for whatever reason we buy and act like we are, even for next season, like, there's just so many decisions that have to be made, and they haven't been made to this point, which is why I'm like, well, what direction are we going? Like, are we just going to keep doing the same thing every year and waste like primes of our core, or are we going to make these tough decisions? And I feel like this deadline, especially because of how the year's gone and last year, like it's a big tell of what the next couple of years will look like, if that makes sense.
I really don't think
100%.
Chevy will do anything this deadline, and I wouldn't blame him if he didn't.
I honestly don't either.
Because
You don't think that he should trade like heavy?
You don't think? Okay, so let me run through this. No one's taking Pearson. No one's taking Nyquist. You might get something for like Nino, but you're not getting much. You could trade Perfetti, but he's young. Like, who else would you want traded?
Nemestikov, Shen, Stanley.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
Like,
three.
that's what I mean is like
Nemestikov and Shen are both that no one will really give you anything for them. You might get third or fourth or fifths, but you're not making any outstanding like big bold moves with those players. Okay, and if
that wasn't the point. But
if you want to go get Vincent Trocheck or a bona fide star, a second line center, you're giving up your first round pick. You realize that there's no ways around it. You'll have to give up a first round pick.
I don't think we have our 26.
Yeah, you do.
Or no, we don't have our 27. I think 27 was in the Monahan trade.
So are you gonna give up a chance at getting Gavin McKenna for a second line center that might work out? Or are you going to try and, or like, are you their pick's going to be high this year. So why give that up? Why not go draft and develop a player and then try and sign someone for agency?
Yeah, you can. Well, I'll add 2 points to what you said in the last comment there. My whole shtick is not go out there and make like a crazy deal. Like my shtick is,
but you're talking about franchise defining traits. You said it's
I was sort of bringing that up. Sorry, I'm
talking about like the future, and like I think Anton touched on like, would you pass up an opportunity to trade Perfetti in a first if you can get like a 28-year-old second line center? Like he's saying, would you pass that up? The reason I'm saying
you're going
to
trade Perfetti and possibly
I'm using it
a top 3 pick.
I'm using it as an example. But my whole MO is that like you get these guys out respectfully in order to make room for your young guys or to get picks back. Because what do picks turn into? Either you draft or develop them, or they turn into trade pieces. There is no point for this team to hold on to Luke Shen. There's no point for this team to really, in my opinion, hold on to Logan Stanley unless you're going to keep him on your bottom pairing because you've already got your 2 left-handed defensemen for the future. There's no point in holding on to old guys. Can I finish? Thank you. There's no point in holding on to Nemestikov, Nino, for as good as they've been. Their experience, it clearly doesn't work. If you can trade Nemestikov for a third, Nino for a third, Shen for a third, all of a sudden you've got a stockpile, and now you go out and you're throwing Perfetti in a third for somebody else, or you're throwing Morgan Barron and a third for someone else. You know, like stockpiling those picks gives you an opportunity for the future where if you hold on to these guys past the deadline, Shen now has no value because he's not like people think of Shen as this hard-nosed, cup contending defenseman that can play dirty minutes, which he can. But at the end of the season, he's not worth that anymore. If you hold on to Logan Stanley, you're going to get to contract talks, and knowing Chevy and True North and loyalty, they're going to give him a 5x5. If you hold on to Nino and Nemestikov, they're now beating out spots for Yager, which is another conversation. Colby Barlow. It's all a revolving door, right? So if you don't get rid of them, they're still on contract. You're going to trade them for less come the end of the year, and then they're taking spots in training camp again. That's my opinion. And that also, holy shit, I might have just used 95% of my brain capacity there. That was one of my greatest rants ever, I think. So snaps for me.
No, that was not great because you're not getting a third for Luke Shen and you're not getting a third for Nemestikov.
Okay, I'm using it as an example.
Yeah,
I'm using it as an example, but still, if Nemestikov was on your team right now,
please
holding on
to
a position.
Oilers. If
Nemestikov was on your team right now, taking up Ike Howard's spot, would you want him on the team or traded?
Traded
for a fifth.
You're not going to get you're not going to get anything for him.
I mean, Luke Shen went for a second and a third last year.
Yeah, because the Jets suck at trading.
My point
I don't
still
know about
remains. My point still remains. And from your point earlier, draft and develop, we haven't drafted a first-round pick since, I think, 2021 that's made the lineup for more than 25 games. So we're tough in that department as well right now.
If you draft top 4 and he doesn't make the lineup for the first 3 years, I think Chevy needs to go. Or Sarniel, one of the two. Like, you're going to be drafting high. So if you're trying to use a first round pick to get a 28-year-old second line center, I think that's a horrible idea.
The only way Chevy ever goes is if he resigns like Maurice. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's just an opinion.
Even in the everyone was talking about, what do they call them? What Halloween offer sheets. Everyone's like, oh, this guy's getting an offer sheet. This guy's getting an offer sheet. And Elliott came out and he's like, people aren't going to offer sheet this year because that's like you offer sheet for Bouchard, okay? Like they're giving up 2 first-round picks. So what if that team just gets super injury prone and that's a top pick and you lose out on McKenna or like a top 3 pick? Like this draft is very top heavy. So I don't think anyone will really be trading for those, like the Jets, the Flames, the Blackhawks, the Canucks, the Rangers. It'd be stupid to trade because any one of them could be a first overall pick. So
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you're talking trade to get better players. Like all of those teams in the bottom of the NHL. Go ahead.
Like you're talking about getting a 28-year-old first line or second line center. I don't know how you're going to do that without trading a first.
No. That wasn't my point. Sorry. Anton had mentioned that in saying, if that opportunity is there to match the prime of Scheifele, Hellebuck, Connor, would it make sense to do it this year? Because that's what he thought like I was going to about career, like franchise defining trades. My whole MO was make the tough decisions to get people out. We don't have to do that this year. There's no reason to, because why? Like we don't need to bring in that guy this year because no one is going, like we're not buyers. We shouldn't be buyers. So I understand what you're saying, but my whole point is just trade the guys away while they have value mid-season. Don't wait until next year when we can't trade them or we're waiving them instead of a 4th, 5th, 3rd round pick, because that's way better than just waiving them.
There's some direction as to where the team is going in this next week.
Exactly.
Is what you're saying. Yeah. That's why it's such a big week. Yeah.
That was like...
Not because we're making huge moves or anything like that, but... Sorry.
No, I just realized how stupid I am. I literally could have said that one sentence and it would have saved us 15 minutes of conversation. Yes, Anton said it to a T. This week needs to give Jets fans direction on where this team is going.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, and it better be that we are like, I don't think that we need to necessarily blow the team up like people are saying, but we need to be sellers at this deadline. We need to get rid of the bad pieces, and then we need to get, like you just said, Breaks, draft high next year and come back better the year after. I don't think we need to trade Scheifele or Connor or Hellebuck or Morrissey like some people in our comment section have been saying. I think that's crazy. I think we still have a core, which is what you need to win. We just need some pieces around that core.
Agreed. And we're not
going to get that at the trade deadline this year.
We've been starving for a second line center for like 5 years on this team. So.
Right. And that's where the Vincent Trocheck question came, was if we do have that opportunity to get someone, would you be actually mad about that? Because I think some people online would be so pissed when they think we should just blow up the entire team. And I'm not there yet. I don't think we should blow up the entire team. I just think we should sell at the deadline this year and then come back better.
I agree, and I see that point too. Go ahead, Breaks.
Going off like building and drafting and developing, what are you guys' thoughts on Walker Dewar, undrafted player at 28 years old, playing for the Jets against San Jose instead of any of your young guys? Were you guys pissed about that?
I'm very happy you brought that up, because that is another point in which I think the direction of the Moose is wrong. The AHL should be and is your development team. It is not a team, unless you're a perennial poop NHL team, that you load up and you bring in old tough guys' experience to try to win a Calder, it is your draft and development team. And case in point, yesterday or 2 days ago, mind you, he did not have a great game, but we have Braden Yeager playing fourth line minutes on the AHL roster. We traded top 15 pick Rutger McGroarty for him, and now he's stuck playing fourth line on the Manitoba Moose. Do you know where else our young pieces are playing? Third and fourth line on the Manitoba Moose. Why is that the case? Because that organization is prioritizing AHL success over NHL development, in my opinion. Now, I don't think they'd ever say that. I don't know if that is truthful, but if you literally traded Rutger McGroarty, who is a top 15 pick, for Yeager, and in his, I'm pretty sure we're on year 2 now, right? Because it was start or middle of last year is when it was traded. It was training camp, I think, last year.
Yeager's playing first line center.
He was playing fourth line yesterday against the Admirals or whatever.
He was playing fourth line for a bit. Maybe he's first line now, but he was.
They have, like, they've got Danny Zhilkin playing third line or second line or something. Now, again, I don't know if he has been playing fourth line the entire year, but he was playing fourth line center in that game where... Similar with the fact, I mean, like, your prospects are your prospects, and if they aren't, I mean, like, no prospect is going to put up 100-point season in the AHL unless they're Connor McDavid, but, like, the whole point of the AHL is to develop, let those players play less skilled, quote-unquote players, get their confidence up, make sure they develop properly, and then bring them up to the big leagues. And if we're sticking prospects on the third and fourth line, why in hell would any fucking player want to come to Winnipeg if they know that that's the route they have to go? Third, fourth line minutes as a prospect to stay in the farm team for 5 years.
So they have Shaw, Ford, and DiGiuseppe first line. Anderson, Dolan, Zilkin, and Fagmo on the second line.
Samuel Fagmo.
Julian, Yeager, and Wagner on the third line. MP, Lambert, and Chibrikov. Lambert and Chibrikov on the fourth line. Wow.
Like, why? Why does that make sense at all? Mason Shaw is a great player, but he's a perennial AHL player. Yeah. Fagmo's good. DiGiuseppe's been in the NHL, but, like, also, why are they getting minutes over those guys? Like, if you're Brad Lambert, yes, like, I'm not ready to call him a bust or a missed pick yet, but if you're Brad Lambert, you've been brought up for 10 NHL games and you're playing bottom line minutes on AHL, why would you even remotely think to want to stay in this program?
Oh, he will not. There's zero chance he signs back.
It's just, like, I don't blame him for wanting a trade or looking at that. And then even Ville Heinola, he gets brought up to play against Anaheim, I think. He's playing power play 2, and then he gets taken out of the lineup for the Sharks game. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
If I can just beat the same old drum, I mean, what I would really like to see, to the same point I just made, is, like, sell Nyquist and these guys, and then give our young guys some NHL minutes. If we're going to make a cup run on the Moose and we're, like, not going to play Lambert and Chibrikov, then play them on the Jets where our season doesn't matter.
I know.
Like, are the Moose having a good season? Is Lambert not? Is he not like a point per game in the A? Okay.
No, they were not having a good year, and then they turned it around and they've been playing well, but I don't know if there's a single Moose player that's point per game. I'll search it up.
So then, yeah, just... then why are we not giving those guys the minutes that they deserve?
Mason Shaw has 33 and 48, Gustafsson 30 and 44, Walker Duehr 26 and 39, Fagemo 24 and 49, DiGiuseppe 22 and 49. Chibrikov is 7 in 34, Barlow 8 and 42, Lambert 13 and 34.
Jesus Christ.
Yeager has 19 and 49. Yeah. Cale Clegg is 21 and 44. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Play them, maybe.
I guess that would be the answer. Wait, you said that Wagner? You said that Wagner was on the second line, Fabian Wagner?
I think so, yeah.
Yikes, he's got 1 in 20. Okay.
Anyways,
Chibrikov's
that would be my ideal
7
deadline.
and 34.
So it was
Barlow's 8 and 42.
Yeah.
Lambrin
Yeah.
is 13 and 34 though.
Yeah, not great. We've got a poor farm system right now, but that is the case in point of
Is
things
Mason
wrong
Shaw
with
up
the
been their
NHL
captain
Jets.
for like 5 years?
27 years, probably.
I swear he's been their captain.
Actually,
for
no,
like
there was
5 years.
there was an older guy that came up for the Jets once or twice. He was a captain there for a long time.
Oh, no,
I can't
Shaw's
remember.
only
You
been
definitely know who it is.
Shaw's only been with the Moose for 2 years. He was with the Wild for like Iowa Wild for 2, 4, 6, 2, 4,
If I
7
said
years.
the guy's name, if I said the captain's name, you'd know.
It wasn't Toninato, was it?
No,
He
he's
wasn't
not even
captain?
playing.
Yeah. Well,
At least for
he's
the
not here
Moose.
anymore. Yeah, he's not here anymore. He got dealt, didn't he?
Who?
I think so.
Toninato. Yeah.
Who's the guy? Kyle Capiabonco? No. CJ Cease. That's who I'm thinking of. CJ Cease was the
Yeah.
captain for a super long time there.
Yeah. He was okay.
Anyway, Breaks, I know you're always looking around the league, as kind of am I. Did you have any thoughts on possible deadline deals for teams?
I heard Elias Pettersson to the Red Wings might be a thing. I'm not sure.
I've heard they've been eyeing him. I think all of the Colorado brass was at the Calgary Flames game the other day. And apparently Kadri to Colorado is almost a sure thing. It's just a matter of working out contracts and such. So,
I
yeah,
heard
that's tough.
Buffalo's in on Rasmus Ristolainen.
Back to him?
I saw Montreal's in the market for a goalie, possibly Binnington.
That could be interesting.
I heard Pittsburgh wants to go after Trocheck.
That makes no sense at all. No sense at all.
Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to a whole ton, other than that the St. Louis Blues are every single player is up for sale.
Yeah. Heard Thomas's
Yeah.
name.
No. Thomas is apparently. Where was he? Oh, where was he in talks to go to?
Seattle. Oh, Utah. Yeah, I saw Utah. I saw
Yeah.
Utah. Yeah.
That would be nuts. That'd be crazy. That'd be a sick deal, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Kyler's
Pettersson's a new
name.
one. I thought Pettersson was like apparently like teams were talking about him and Vancouver was just like not willing to do anything because they want Vancouver to retain and Vancouver's not willing to do that on his contract.
Apparently it's up now.
I heard
He
Brock
got benched the other day.
I heard Brock
Go
Besser's
ahead.
a big
Yeah,
name
benched,
talking,
Fuck.
like teams talking to Vancouver about Brock
He
Besser.
is.
But that's
He is
every year.
every single year. Yeah.
Ryan
He is-
O'Reilly was another one where he doesn't want to leave Nashville, but some teams might be interested. in
I
him
saw
as
Carolina
well.
was interested in him.
Heard a classic. I was listening to 32 Thoughts today. Yeah, it's the best in the business by far, but just a classic insider line was, yeah, the talks between the Nashville Predators and Steven Stamkos. He apparently had no intention of leaving, but after further conversation, if the Nashville Predators decide to fully rebuild and restart the organization, Stamkos could be open to a contending team.
I heard he wants to go back to
No
fucking.
shit.
I heard he wants to go back to Tampa.
Yeah, I'm still watching like this. Sorry, Bakes, go ahead.
I
Yeah, I
saw
think
that
it was
Stamkos wants to
Tampa.
go back to Tampa.
Tampa
That'd
and
be cool.
somewhere else.
It was Tampa.
That'd be really
yeah.
cool if Tampa could get him back.
There was a team in the West that he wanted to go to as well. But
Yeah, it's just
going
so
off
funny,
that,
man. They always
Tampa.
report
Go ahead.
wagon. I was just gonna say,
Oh.
it's just hilarious that come every deadline, it's like, yeah, the 36-year-old exiting their prime does not want to be a part of a rebuilding team. It's like, no shit.
The Stanley Cup may never leave the state of Florida because the Tampa Bay Lightning are 21-1 in their last 22 games, and
Are you
damn well
serious?
Florida's coming back with a vengeance next year. Yeah, Tampa the fucking wagon. They're probably gonna win the cup this year, and then it'll be another fight between
crazy.
Florida and Tampa next year. So, as I saw that stat,
And
I'm
they
like,
say
holy
state
shit.
tax doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean Kucherov is
I
on
think
a
that's
fucking
pretty much-
generational run.
Yeah.
Kucherov's like
Yeah.
putting up like
Yeah.
better numbers than McDavid.
I think he
in the last
passed
month and a
McKinnon.
half.
He
Not
passed
sure.
McKinnon in points, I think.
They were tied. I know
He's
that.
95 in 54 right now, and McKinnon is 97 and 57. Yeah.
It's a better point per
Kucherov
game.
is yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah. I don't really know if I've got much more unless either you guys get any more points, but I think that's kind of all I had. I
have one
guess.
thing.
Go ahead.
Man, I had so many good times to transition to this throughout the podcast. But Schaefer scores 2 goals in his first game after the Olympic break, and he's like, what was the stat? First 18-year-old defenseman to score 20 goals or something like that?
No, so he scored goals 17 and 18 in his first game back, and then he scored goals 19 and 20 in his second game back.
Okay. Yeah, he's nuts. And just like when I wanted to transition into it, when I was talking about guys who were left off the Team Canada roster and how like easy it is to look at it after the fact. I think we'll be looking at that one 4 years from now and thinking, how the hell did we not take that guy on our team? I think he was by far and away the biggest snub on Team Canada, and I don't know how the fuck he didn't make that team. He is so fucking nasty, man. All of his goals are like so nice too.
I know.
Just walking in, ripping it in the slot, top cheddar. Like, I don't know. I think
him and
Go ahead.
Barzell, man, in the offensive zone are a treat to watch.
The Islanders are no longer the worst team in the NHL to watch. They are tons of fun now that they have Schaefer on the back line.
Agreed.
I just think I think that was the biggest snub by far on Team Canada, and that was one that like we should have, I guess, seen coming, or like we should have just taken that guy on our team, and we were all saying that before the tournament, and I don't know how he didn't make it. But anyways,
Yeah.
just wanted to bring that up because that
Very
kid's
valid.
fucking unbelievable.
Valid.
Other than that, I think that was all I had. What about you, Breeks?
Yeah, we'll see when Friday rolls around. We'll have lots to talk about Monday, breaking down some trades.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Oilers get it forward.
Okay, then let's do some predictions then. I have
Congrats on you for a perfect week, by the way. You called it, Graham.
Thank you. Yep, 1 and 2. I called it perfectly. Not a big deal. Do we want to count the Sharks game?
No.
Oh, wait, sorry. Not the Sharks game. We already went over that. So Blackhawks, Lightning, Canucks. I think I'm actually going to the Lightning game. I think that's one of my game packages, which will be really fun.
They're going to shit pump the Jets.
I'm going to say 2-1. I think that we beat Chicago, we beat Vancouver again, we lose to the Lightning.
Okay.
Are we at home versus the Blackhawks? Yeah, we're at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're on like an
8.
8-game homestand. Yeah, we're in an 8-game homestand, actually.
Nice. Just in time for a big run.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think I've got Rangers on the 12th and Lightning on the 5th. And then I see the Sharks in Winnipeg last game of the year, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I've got 2-1 on the homestand. Well, the 3 games this week of the homestand.
Ditto. I'll do the
I'll
same.
go the same. I'll go the same 2-1.
Hell yeah.
I
so
love
just
it.
like that, 0-3. Okay.
Optimism out of the boys. Breaks. You have Senators, Hurricanes, Knights. 2 at home, away at Golden Knights.
I'll go 2-1. Beat the Sens.
Who's the loss?
We lose to the Hurricanes.
Beat Vegas.
Play the Hurricanes at home.
I will follow
I'm gonna say
it
we
up
lose.
with
We're gonna lose
2-1.
one of those games. Hurricanes, Knights. I don't know which one. We're gonna lose one of them though. Hopefully, it's to the Hurricanes. Because Pacific.
I was
Division.
gonna go 2-1, but you lose to the Knights instead of the Hurricanes.
I mean, the Knights haven't beat a team in the playoffs since November, so they can't beat playoff teams. So
right. That's why I'm also gonna go 2-1. But your win against the Vegas Golden Knights is going to be in overtime.
won't surprise
and
me.
Vegas will get their 15.
I believe
they might get one before that. That's a whole week away.
All right, boy.
I got an outro song. Oh, fuck. You can't hear that? You can't hear that?
No.
It's coming out of my phone. Then.